All right, fellas, we're going to kick off the tidbits, proudly supported by Hawkesbury Brewing Co. Get down there and grab yourself a beer or 400. Great establishment and lots to do, lots to see, plenty to drink, heaps of food. Get yourself down there at Lizero. It's a great setup. But for now, let's kick us off with the tidbits.
Yeah, so this little cracker popped up the other day. It says Mitchell Starc is only behind Waqar Younis and Mutai Muralitharan on the list for most 5-wicket hauls in ODI cricket. So Waqar is up there with 13 5-wicket hauls. Murali has 10, and Starkey's jumped up in equal with Afridi and Brett Lee, old Binger, all with 9. But the big one that you guys probably see there, he's done it in 109 games. Like, Murali has taken one extra 5-wicket haul, and he played 350 matches. Yeah. And even
he was a chucker.
And he was a chucker. Yeah, we have to change the rules so that he could play. And even Waqar, he was 262. So Starkey's done it in less than half the games. So he's a good chance to jump into the tippy top of this if he can stay fit. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Every chance. And I think he's also got the best economy rate too of all the bowlers for the one-dayers. I think he's about 22, I think I read. But I didn't realise he'd taken that many. And you're right, when you look at those matches, like 9 in 109 matches compared to Murali and Waqar, it's a great effort.
Yeah.
He's a great effort.
Even Afridi, like 9 in almost 400 matches.
Yeah,
you know, he wasn't a rubbish bowler by any means, was he? You know, so
all comes down to the selectors, mate. If they're going to select someone else to throw in front of him,
Well, that's it, and I do suppose he does take a lot of lower order wickets too.
Yeah,
as everyone knows, he gets it. Can usually get a couple early on, but yeah, he's good at mopping up the tail.
Same with Murali. That's what Murali used to do. Yeah. He'd come in and clean up the tail, and I suppose they all did. Look, Younis, him and Brett Lee, the pace they bowled at. If you're an opposition bowler facing those two, no thanks. It's sort of like, just knock them over, let me get out of here.
Yeah. It's like I said in a batter's box, the stumps of the plate, you're not in front of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What do we got here, Randall?
This little gem, Ryan Thompson. He's got his little ball. I'm sure that he's got a little barcode on there somewhere, but he's stoked. He got the ball from his first career pitch clock strikeout. So now in the new rules, strike 3 can be called on a batter if they're not ready with 8 seconds to go. So yeah, he's pretty stoked. He even tweeted out there that what a special moment. I'll never forget this. It's definitely going on my mantle for my kids to see one day. My first career pitch clock strikeout. There's going to be plenty more of these, I think, coming.
I think
Straight to the pool room.
Straight to the pool room. Can't wait to see some other big ones, maybe some first career walk-off pitch clock violation or something like that, Ball loaded bases, ball 4 or something that brings a winning run home in extra innings or a bottom of the ninth.
There's going to be plenty of it, isn't there?
Oh, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. Well, you see the batters at the moment, it's like they keep forgetting. It's like, oh, crap, I can't step out. And it's like they race back, they step back in. So it's a good advantage to the pitcher who's there ready to go.
Yep.
So, yeah, bring it on.
Especially these guys that have just gone and played the World Baseball Classic too, where the rules were different. They were back to last year's rules, not the new MLB rules.
Yeah.
So they haven't had to worry about it for the last few weeks, where all the spring training buddies are all in there, still working on it. So they're going to have to adjust real quick.
It's going to be interesting to see, that's for sure.
Can't wait.
All right, I got this one for you, fellas. The MLB players drafted after Russell Wilson in the 2010 MLB draft. So Russell Wilson was drafted by the Colorado Rockies, and Jacob deGrom at 272nd, Jock Peterson, 352nd. Chris Bryant, 546th. And our good mate, Arson Judge, 935th.
Who?
Unbelievable.
Never heard of her.
Unbelievable. So
That's Mike Piazza league down there.
it is. It is. So, yeah, Russell Wilson, like some of the other quarterbacks, could have played a bit of baseball in his time, but chose the foosball instead.
Maybe it should change because he's rubbish at the moment. One of the highest paid quarterbacks, and he's still rubbish.
Yeah,
They were chasing him. Like I remember back to the drafts, and sort of like he went so high because they thought, well, let's take a chance. They thought, yeah, he's probably going to go to football, but drafting him that high, like he did have a lot of potential. So it could have gone either way.
But he didn't.
No.
He's over there playing football. What about this one? Total attendance in the 2023 World Baseball Classic versus 2022 Oakland Athletics. Just in the pool play alone, 1.01 million for the World Baseball Classic, and Oakland A's 788,000 for the season. Pretty impressive there for the World Baseball Classic, and it was great to see it well attended, considering lots of the media were calling it a bit of a farce, and well, we're only talking about that today, how good the actual games were. So a bit of an interesting one there.
Yeah, probably touch on that a bit later, where I did watch some interviews from some MLB players from the USA team and what their thoughts were on the WBC. So talk about that one a little bit later.
For sure.
But a few home games with Japan playing in the Tokyo Dome, that's guaranteed 40 to 50,000 at least per game.
Yeah.
So that throws it up there.
Absolutely. It was good to see. What do you got for us, Davo?
So this one, it's just, I think, more so the swagger of the West Indies. This was a comment from Chris Cowdrey, who was the England captain at the time. So he was very proud to be appointed captain. So he went out to the toss wearing his whites and his English blazer, as you do. Viv Richards comes strolling out wearing a Bob Marley T-shirt, board shorts and thongs on. So as England captain, he started reading the team sheet as to who's going to be playing. He apparently got 4 names in, and then Viv's turned around and said, "Play who you want, man. Ain't going to make any difference."
Love it.
That is just 80s West Indies. The confidence, the swagger they had. I love it.
I'm good, man.
I'm good, man.
But just to...
unreal.
What a
So
legend.
sticking with the cricket, apparently for the Newtown Cricket Club or something, congratulations to this guy, Johnny Mercer, for getting a batting hat-trick. So how's that happen? Well, first off, caught off a no ball. So then there's a free hit, which he got bowled on. So there's 2 for, and then he got bowled the following ball. So that's quite a stat there to get a batting hat-trick. It's pretty mean feat.
Yeah, not wrong. I'd hate to
Johnny
see a double.
Mercer would have been shouting the team. Well, he's probably still shouting the team now.
Oh, definitely.
Lucky he didn't get a double hat trick.
That's putrid.
You'd be filthy as the bowler, though. Getting him out 4 times, and only 3 of them don't count.
Yeah. So you look at the stats, it's like, I only got 1 wicket. What? Come on.
That's unreal.
That'd be 3 best balls.
And then finally back to the World Baseball Classic. So Japan versus Korea reached 63 million viewers last week. The most watched World Series game ever was 54 million in 1980. So
says a lot,
like
doesn't
we've touched on. They said, it's just an exhibition series, but I think the stats are proving otherwise on the field and off the field. But 63 million viewers, and I'd hate to think what the stats would have been for today's final.
Oh, it would have been through the roof.
Apparently,
Would have been good.
I think I read somewhere where in the Mexico game, 93% of TVs in Japan were watching the baseball.
That's unreal.
Mate, I'm just pulling up who was the 1980 World Series winner. Do you remember, Davo?
God, I'm old, but I don't think I'm that old. 1980.
Phillies?
Yeah. Phillies.
Wow.
MVP, Mike Schmidt.
Mike
what a
Schmidt,
legend he
yeah.
was. They beat Kansas City Royals. Yeah. I would have
Fuck, that was
never
a pretty
known.
good- That was a pretty good guess, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike Schmidt, though. That Mo, he could play.
Oh,
Hell of a third baseman.
and
Love
who were they
watching him
playing?
play.
Kansas City, probably George Brett, I suppose.
Yep.
Yep.
So they would have been good to watch, actually.
Would have been real good.
Pete Rose still playing then? I know it's before
Who?
my time.
Who was it?
Pete Rose. Yeah, he's probably still would have been playing.
Did before my time, 83 model.
Yeah. Pretty old, Randall.
Wow.
All right, that rounds out our tidbits, fellas. Thanks again, Hawkesbury Brewing Co. Go and check them out.